morning, crew. How are ya? You're now the crew. There's nearly 1,500 of you. And welcome aboard. All of you new subscribers, the old ones, you're all welcome in here. You know the score. We're a little family channel. Today's video is going to be the reality of van life. I'm going to sum up the last 2 or 3 videos that I've done. Another reality of van life is the engine's running. The simple reason the engine's running because I need to top the batteries up. The diesel heater's been on nearly 24 hours because it's bleeding cold. That's what it is. We've got a cold spell and there's no sun, so I'm getting next to nothing solar really. Have a look at this. I'll show you. Now that is a dreak grey day, but it's never miserable. Not on this channel. We don't do misery. Sod that. Every day's a bonus when you get to my age. And it should be a bonus for you too. You don't know, you can walk out the door and get splattered by a bus. You could get deli disease or well, what's the new one? Gorilla VD, is it? I don't know. You can get something anyway. Every day could be your last one, so enjoy every day that it comes. We're going to be having a chat about this last subject, so it's not going to be a long video. It's just a quickie. It's just to sum up the last few videos that I've been doing, and of course to have a chat with you lovely lot, the crew. The last 2 or 3 videos are doing all right. They're getting more views than normal, so I'm over the moon with that. So if you lovely crew could share some of these videos, that would help the channel out. That would be fantastic. So just share it, social media, black them all out, mate. Chuck them on as far as you can. Anyway, me lovelies, I'm going to take a seat in the front, make another cup of tea because that'll be my second one this morning, and we'll get into this. Reality of van life. Whether it's done through necessity, pleasure, or an alternative lifestyle. Whether you're living in a van, a car, a tent, a boat, under a bridge, it's an alternative lifestyle. Because let's face it, we're getting priced out of properties. It's happening everywhere, as you've seen in the last 3 videos. Anyway, I'll get in the front. Let's have a chat and a giggle in a piece. Hey up the crew. Well, the one thing about alternative living style is you can do it your way. Don't worry about all the hype and, oh, you've got to have this, you've got to have that, you need this, you've got to do this. As long as your basic requirements are needed, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Whether you're in a tent, a car, a van, a boat. As long as you've got water, light, or lighting, and some form of heating. Somewhere to lay flat, a bed, are your basic requirements, and a toilet. Now, let's go down the toilet route first of all, because people get fascinated with how do you go to the toilet in a van or a tent or a boat. It's easily explained. If you've got a motorhome that is built for the job, you will have a wet room or a shower and a toilet. If you've got a self-build, you will have a toilet in it because you put one in as a basic necessity. If you're in a smaller vehicle or a tent, you can get what's known as a bivvy toilet, what they use for fishing. It's a bucket, so it's only to store your bits. I mean, that is got to be the cheapest way to do it. Now, as you know, bag and bin it. You know, you bag and bin it. I don't have to go into explain everything about it. I mean, that was the hardest thing for me to get used to, is not being able to push that handle and hey up, it's gone. Oh no. You captured it in a bag. Now you got to tie it up, double bag it, and bin it. Whether you use dog walkers bins, there's always bins about. Most women have a sheet wee or then pee in a bottle or whatever, whichever way you do it. It's simple, it's cheap, but it is a necessity. You don't want to be going outside shitting in car parks that I've seen, or shitting there, just dropping it. It's disgusting. People don't want to see that. Bag it and bin it. It's simple as that. You need a bit of light at night. You need to be warm. Now you can. There's various forms, from the cheapest to the dearest. You know, look into it. There's little buddy eaters. There's all types of heating. But on most of them, you will need electricity supply and a decent battery and a B2B. That'll get you over the worst of it. Just those three things: a decent battery, a B2B, and a diesel heater. That will keep your batteries up and keep you warm. What else is there? Really, your basic requirements. I mean, if you've got endless amounts of money, you can build what you want. But for those people who are forced into it, there's little cheap ways of doing things. So don't worry about that. You will always be better financially because you're not paying a rent, but you are still paying insurance and tax for the vehicle and diesel to run the vehicle, or petrol, whatever your vehicle is. So it's achievable even out of necessity if you've got the vehicle or the tent or whatever. And I suggest you go and have a weekend out or the odd night out and just see if you can improve your circumstances. You won't know what you want until you're actually living in that space. Where am I going to put my cups? Where? Heating, a cooker. Let's get on to a cooker. You can get them in B&Q. I think they're a tenner, 15 quid. Gas canisters, and you've got a cooker. You can make tea. You can make a meal up. One ring, you can do stir fries. It's endless what you can do. Ridge monkeys. You know, people use them for pasties, pies, sandwiches, toasties. A lot of people swear by them, and all that information is out there on on YouTube for you. So it's doing it your way. You know, how you want to live, what comforts you need. I mean, I couldn't go without a cooker. How am I going to get a cup of tea? How am I going to make something to eat? it's common sense and what you're happy or how you can get by in life. If you're saving that little bit of money, it can only improve your life, can't it? There's always help. You can ask the community, shall I say. I mean, our crew, you lot, you know what the community's like because you follow a lot of these channels. There's always somebody there to help you. Unlike the government, I mean, it's an alternative lifestyle. It's whether you can, it's whether you can do it or not. You know, and practice makes perfect. Look at that lady in the last video. She's determined to make things happen for her because she can mend and make do. We can all do this. We can all do this, and there is help out there. Now, the good things of Vanlife is you can change your neighbours. You can park where you want within reason. It's idyllic at certain times of the year, as you all know. You can get a beach park, you can go to the mountains, you can do what you like. The forest, the country is your refuge. It's what keeps me going, and it works for me, but it's not going to work for everybody. You know, a lot of people are unable to do this, and they would love the lifestyle. It's another adventure in your life. Really, I think, you know, I've covered all I could cover on this subject. But of course, if you need to know anything else, you know, if you want to ask any questions, drop them in the comments, because I'll always answer the comments. You know, I love interaction with you people, and that's what makes my channel grow. It's not so much the subscribing, it's the sharing and the comments, the interaction that us guys have. But I think I've given you the best pointers that I can think of. Look into it. You know, just see if it suits your lifestyle. If you've got a little van, kit it out. Try it. And those people who are doing that, the weekend warriors and people who have houses, or we think no less of of each other. You know, some of us live out of necessity, and some live out of choice. You know, it's their dream. But with this community, we all get on, whether we're forced on the road or whether we're living full time on the road, because we have the same mentality and towards life. You know, we are social creatures, and we have a lovely community. As you know, there's meets going up and down the country. Might not be your thing. I mean, I love a meet-up, but once or twice a year, maybe, because it pulls it on top for other areas, you know. When there's it needs organising when there's a meet-up, because you get 20 to 50 vans in one spot. You're going to get dispersed by the police for a start. You know, we're not allowed to congregate. But it's van life. It's van life. You keep in touch with whoever you're following. You can meet up with them. You can have the time of your life. You know, if you have a look back, and look at people getting the knock at night. It's 4 years. I've not had one. So don't let things worry you. And go and experiment. Try it before you buy it. Anyway, my lovelies, I want to thank you all once again for popping in and seeing me. It's lovely to have a chat to you people. And I'm going to get this little video up for you. And I'll see you on the next one. There'll be a trip coming up soon. We're going to Milton Keynes. Within the next week or two, we'll be popping over to Milton Keynes. I'm just still waiting for my driving licence to come back. With my new address on it. Care of address. So I can get this YouTube thing sorted out and monetised again. Because every little helps. And that'll be a subject to go into. Maybe on the next video. You should try starting your own YouTube channel. Why not? It's an hobby. It's an hobby that could bring you a little bit of income coming in. That's one for you, isn't it? We'll look into that, I think. We may go into that because it's definitely changed my life. And I think it could for you lot. Anyway, I love you to bits and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra for now.
Been around the world, I've seen a lot of hot stuff, but nothing beats the journey, not even the money.